Sweet. That's awesome.
Good evening and welcome to the Watertown Civic Arena for tonight's high school boys basketball game between the Mitchell Kernells and your Watertown Arrows. My name is Sam Mooney, and back with me in the booth, by popular demand, is the handsome and talented Brian Norberg. Welcome back, buddy.
I'm back.
Man, I'm happy to have you back.
It's good to be back, Sam. I'm glad. Thank you for allowing me to come back.
Well, I'm glad you're back. Last year was maybe a little trying year without you, but here you are. The ratings have just like quadrupled with you back in the booth, so it's good to have you. Yeah,
so we went from 3 to 4. I mean, listen, good to be back alongside you. We're only going to step up our game. We're going to be better than ever this year, and like looking forward to a good season for the Arrows.
So let's talk about the Arrows. What are your quick thoughts about this version of the Arrows?
Quick thoughts on the version this year's version of the Arrows. We are longer, lankier team than we've been in quite a while, and we have some experience coming back from last year. And I think the previous year we did not have that experience coming back. So there is a lot of interesting tidbits about this team that can really turn into a pretty solid basketball team. So it's going to be fun to watch, and a lot of different ways this team can become a good basketball team.
You know, we're going to touch on this a lot throughout the broadcast, but you mentioned length versus size. You said length, not size. And as the broadcast goes on tonight, I'm going to ask you about that specific word, and we're going to talk about that. But before we get into some of the nuances about the year and about this specific matchup, we're going to introduce Conrad Pitkin. So Conrad is I believe he's a sophomore? Is Conrad a sophomore?
I believe so.
I'm pretty confident he's a sophomore. But he's going to be a sideline reporter for us this year.
Nice.
So his brother Marcus was starting quarterback for the Arrows football team this year. But Conrad's going to do some sideline stuff for us. We're going to kick it down to him here in just a minute. But touch on that real quick about the difference between length, which Watertown has, and maybe not so much the size, the difference between the two.
Well, you know, and some of this is coming from Coach McClemmons being gracious enough to talk some basketball with us, kind of, you know, his take on his basketball team, and then.
All right, sorry to interrupt, we're going to kick it down to Conrad for Conrad's keys to the game.
Tonight, the keys to the game for both coaches are very simple. For Watertown, it's limiting the turnovers on offense, and defensively, it is securing the rebound, making sure Mitchell has no chance at second chance points. And for Mitchell, their keys are limiting the shooters and the bigs, trying to limit Bisker and McClemmons tonight, as well as Rehorst and Mack. And offensively, it's just taking care of the ball without not turning it over at all, and it's putting up good shots. Sam, back to you.
Man,
listen,
what a stud.
Listen, what a job by Conrad. Our job's in jeopardy, man.
Yeah, I know.
Our job is in jeopardy.
I know.
I hope he stays a sideline reporter because we're out of a job.
What a professional. That kid at the ripe old age of 15 is far more professional than you and I will ever be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, go back to the length. Talk to us about the length.
Well, honestly, I think we're longer and lankier, like I said before. I don't know how physically strong we are, and I think that's something that we're going to have to figure out. I think Isaac Rehorst down low is a very physical, strong center for us, a 5-man. And then on the other positions, we can be really long on the wings. So Jack's going to handle the ball. Jackson McClemmon's going to handle the ball a lot, and he's 6'3", 6'4", and we haven't had that in a while, especially at the point guard position. And I don't know if Jackson's a true point guard, and I don't think Coach McClemmons is claiming that he is. But I think between him and some others, we a little bit of point guard by committee, and then we do bring some younger point guard type play off the bench, I believe. So that's going to be really interesting to watch. I do think our length is going to cause problems for people defensively, and it's going to help us offensively. There's no question about it. The bad news is, Sam, look around the state. there's a lot of teams with some really good size. So we're not really, it's not outside of the norm, but for Watertown here in the last number of years, this is probably the most length we've had in some time.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You mentioned physicality, and I think when you talk about this particular basketball team, and you say the word physical, you immediately go to Caden Decker.
Yeah, Caden Decker. I forgot about Deck. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Enjoy watching that kid play. I've really gotten to watch him since his sophomore year a lot. And Caden's just going to go out and play. And I was talking to Coach McClemens about it a little bit. I believe this team fits Caden better. Maybe he's not going to be asked to do as much maybe individually offensively as he has in the past, but he's going to be able to focus on the things he really does well. And he is physical. He's going to defend. A lot of nights he's going to guard the best player. He's going to rebound, and he's typically going to use up most of his fouls. So Caden's really a really good glue guy for us, and I mean that in a complimentary way. He's going to give us a lot, and it starts with his physicality and toughness.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Fun fact about the kid, for some reason, he's a Giants fan. I don't understand it. Like, I saw a
picture. I saw a picture.
Yeah, well, we don't want, which one? Did you see them both? Because there was two.
I think I saw both.
There was two. Yeah. There was two. So let's not forget that. But yeah, I mean, all joking aside, like Caden is going to be that that physical presence. It's going to be important for him to stay in the game. You appreciate the way that with his toughness and his aggressiveness and how he plays defense and how he attacks the basket. So it'll be interesting to see how he complements the length of the other starters.
Yeah, I think it's interesting our backcourt with Carter Bisker and Jackson McClemens, kind of a 1-2 punch out there on the perimeter. And then let's not forget Jack Mack, who really had a great opener against Brookings here the other night. Jack might be our most talented just overall scorer inside and out. And I think the good thing was Jack scored. He had 20+ points and didn't have to rely a lot on the three-point shot. He did a lot of different ways. So that's pretty exciting to see that out of Jack.
Yeah, and the arrows are going to be about 8 deep this year. We'll have Bisker, Mack, Decker, McClemens, and Rehorst starting. And then you'll see a lot of Max Martinson, Dane Stark, and senior Ashton Rabine.
It's going to be fun finding out about Mitchell tonight because we just don't know a lot about them. They lost a lot of stars. They've had quite a run with Talley and Hinker and those guys. I mean, they've had quite a run. So it's going to be interesting to find out a lot about them tonight because this will be their first game tonight.
Yeah, Mitchell's first game tonight, so we don't know a ton about them right now. We're going to find that out together. But one thing that we know about any team coached by Riker Kurtzfeld is that they're going to be competitive and they're going to be incredibly talented.
And the hype video is coming, Sam. The hype video.
Yeah, the hype video is always good.
You thought it was very good last year. Let's see what they got this year. The girls one was pretty good.
The hype video from 2 years ago might be the GOAT of all hype videos.
Really?
Yeah.
Better than last year's?
Yeah.
Because I was the lights guy last year.
Appreciated that too.
Yeah.
I feel like the lights were
you didn't. Not as much.
Exponentially better last year than they were in years past.
Not as easy as it looks.
I believe that. I mean, especially being all the way up there.
Yeah, well, I wasn't the spotlight guy. No, I just literally turned the lights off. Scott Olson and I, senior dads, we had to shut the lights off. It was a two-man job.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, there's probably
you laugh.
Four
you
switches.
Laugh, Sam. You
Two
laugh.
switches each.
Oh no, there's like 12 switches.
12
and you got to time it right. You laugh. It's not that easy.
Okay, fair enough. I mean,
Brian Bisker and Clint Rabine this year on the lights.
All right, shout out to them. Let's.
Now that we talk the whole time, we don't even know Mitchell's starting lineup.
We're gonna get fired. Here's just spent 10 minutes talking about lights. All right, we're gonna turn it over to Mr. Bellum here for the intro of our arrows.
Number 13 is the 6'5" senior guard, Jackson McClemens.
see Isaac Rehorst's signature there?
No.
He puts like a giant I, and then he writes Rehorst on it.
I like it.
I don't hate it.
To each his own.
Yeah,
I thought the
for
hype
sure.
video was solid, Sam.
But yeah, it was pretty good. You know, shout out to the Aero TV crew putting the hype video together every year. You know, that takes like several hours. They put a lot of work into that.
Smith, Skinner, Weir, more than likely. Smith,
Weir?
Skinner, Weir,
I believe that's a weird.
Bottom, Lincoln Bottom, and Owen Ramo. I got a story about Lincoln Bottom here as we get going. I believe I played high school basketball against his dad.
Okay.
Tulare, Hitchcock, Tulare area.
Man, I got all sorts of stories about Hitchcock Tulare. None of them are any good. So we'll just concentrate on Rehorst jumping here, huh? Good start for the Arrows. Decker controls the tip. You look to get inside here right away, Brian, and get an easy 2 to start off?
I think an easy 2 is pretty much every coach in the country wishes on that first possession. So just hoping for a good open look here.
Arrows really active here early. Not a lot of standing around. Mack turns it over. Good defense there by Decker, and not following too, which I think is pretty important for Decker. Get away with one or no?
I don't think so. Not nowadays. I've kind of, you know, I dabble in the reffing nowadays as well, and I tell you what, sometimes I think I'm the last guy in the gym that knows what a travel is and isn't. But that is not. I think the whole Euro, that extra half step that the kids take, it's just been very effective. Good move by Jack. Wasn't able to pay it off, but really that was all started with a hustle by Decker on the other end. Yeah,
good defense by Decker, not following, having a contested shot, and then Clemens gets it over and puts the Arrows on the board for 2 in tonight's home opener here against Mitchell. How many state championships Mitchell been to in a row? Is it 3?
How many have they been to?
Yeah. Just in this recent run.
Well, just last year was Brandon Lincoln, right? Was it Brandon Lincoln or was it Mitchell in the finals?
Jackson McClemens with the big rejection.
The interesting part here is to see, you know, the Smith kid is back. He's been playing since his 8th grade, 9th grade year, so longtime veteran for them. And just be interested in how much they force the ball early to him. First game of the year, and a lot of guys maybe with not a lot of experience, to see how much they lean on Smith early.
Look at a shot clock violation. Great defense there from the Arrows. We talk about how every game's important and not one is more important than the other, and especially in a long season, and this is the Arrows home opener. But as it relates to that, is this game any more important than the one that they just came off of in Brookings?
Well, it's a long season. It's a marathon, not a sprint. I think, you know, I know you talked to Coach McClemens a little bit. I did as well, and I think, you know, he views this game for an early season game, just a good gauge to kind of see where we're at against a team that may or may not be in the same tier as Watertown this year.
Fisher with the good midi puts him on the board for 2 more. Sorry, go ahead.
No, good to see Carter getting going early a little bit, get some confidence going with Carter. That kid can flat out play, can flat out score it.
He can shoot, man. And as you can see, he can play a lot of good defense down underneath too, where typically you don't want him.
Oh, gotta be one. Oh.
Yeah, I thought McClemens got fouled there.
Jeff Schroeder underneath. We got an all-star cast here for the referees too. Got some veterans out there. I'm not calling them old. I'm just saying they're veterans.
Who do we got on the court?
We got Jim Ricketts on the baseline. Ricketts has been up here many times. Jeff Schroeder from Brandon Valley has been up here. And then we have Levi Pearson's brother. We got Lucas Pearson over there right in front of the bench. So good crew tonight.
Good, like to see that. Mitchell gets on the board with an easy 2 inside. Go back to Carter Bisker and his ability to make shots and create baskets for himself and for others.
Carter would be the first to tell you that he won't blow you away with his lightning speed or quickness. But I will say he figures out a way to get by guys. His first step is deceptively quick. He handles it pretty well. And his threat to score it and shoot it allows him to get by guys on the offensive end. So Carter's really fun to watch. He's got a lot of tools to his game. And
is he the best pure shooter on the team?
I would probably, I mean, not to take anything away from any of the other guys. We have some other guys that knock shots down. I don't think many of them would argue that he's not the best, probably pure shooter overall. He can really fill it up. He can really get going. And he's worked at it. Credit to Carter.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, he's fun to watch. I'm not sure how I feel about the shoes.
Yeah, I've given up, Sam. I gave up on shoes a long time ago.
I don't understand it.
Yeah.
But you know
I don't
what,
think that's something you and I will understand, nor do the kids care.
Yeah, that's fair. But to be fair, like I come and speak of the devil, misses the wide open 3 there. But I come from the Fab Five guys, you know. I liked the baggy shorts, the black socks, and the black shoes. Like, I mean, that's a classic all-time look for me.
Ooh.
Jack almost got one there. Arrows are going to have to clean up their rebounds and the second chance points there, Brian.
Yeah, I would say they're doing a pretty good job defensively, and I think you can see it early that defensively we have an opportunity to get a lot of deflections, and it's not, you know, you're not playing defense to get block shots, but we're automatically going to get more block shots this year. That's not your goal, but I know one of the things they're statting now on the bench is they're just statting deflections. You know, how many deflections, disruptions can we get on every possession and every quarter, every half, every game? And I know that's a point of emphasis this year for the Arrows. So Mitchell looks a little, they're kind of in the feeling out stage here, I would say, but Arrows pretty good defensively early.
I like the intensity that the Arrows are playing with right now defensively. You know, like underneath there, I mean, you got a clear mismatch, but you know, that's Dan Stark, and definitely not backing down from a challenge. I mean, he doesn't want to be in the paint, right?
No, we got Dane and Ashton Rabine coming in here, and Ashton's going to come in, and he's not going to hurt us. He's going to give us some of that physicality as well, and he's going to be undersized in a lot of the matchups he has, but as you can see right there, Ashton's going to battle.
Yeah, no, both of them did a really good job there underneath.
Got Shelsky and McCormick into the game. There's McCormick right there.
Good job by Stark.
Lefty shooter.
Wrong-handed, if you would. We talked about it earlier. The Arrows are a big mismatch there down there, trying to get it to Mack. Weren't able to get it down low there. Mismatch here. Mack taking him to the basket. Ooh. Refs are letting them play. I kind of like it. Mitchell definitely trying to go underneath. Arrows come away with it.
Thought we had 2 tied balls there. No call. I think it's interesting on Smith how we're playing him in the post. We're not coming with any double early anyway. And that'll be interesting to see how it plays out, what he can do, what type of damage he can do. That's kind of what's nice, Sam. We have, in the past, we've had to work so hard to just keep the ball out of the post. It's over help just to get the ball out of the post. And this year, I don't think you have to designate as much manpower into the post, and you can do it more one-on-one, which helps the rest of your defense. And we're not always scrambling. We're not always chasing off the kick out.
Checking in for the Arrows here is going to be number 4, Max Martinson. What can you tell us about him, Brian? Yeah. We didn't see much of him last year.
Yeah, Max and Dane Stark. So we got Max Martinson. There's Dane right there with a nice take. Got a finish. Those are 2 young guards that I think we'll watch get better as the year goes on, right? They've played a lot of basketball, played a lot of quarters.
That's Owen Randall filling up the 3 for Mitchell. They take a 5-4 lead. Arrows turn it over. Might get a little showtime here. Nope. Owen Randall with 5 unanswered points for Mitchell. Mitchell extends the lead back to 3. Go ahead with Max. What kind of game does he have?
I think, like I alluded to early, I think those are 2 individuals that are more point guard, point guard type positions for us, and with them both out on the court right now, we have a couple more ball handlers. That's going to be the strength. And Dane also is deceptively long. They can finish around the hoop. He's really good with his footwork. If you watch his brother, Reese Stark, play a few years ago for the Arrows, similar type deal. Just great footwork around the basket, finds a way to get a shot off. Max has good quickness, and I think will be more of a floor general for us. And when he's, open shots are presented, he knocks shots down for us.
A little smaller lineup that the Arrows have on the court right now with Rehorse, Decker, Stark, Rabine, and Max out there.
Yeah, I would say Coach is stealing some minutes right now. Not a lot of offensive firepower on the court right now for us.
Patient here with the Arrows as they move the ball. Decker's going to get underneath, get to the free throw line for 2. Kaden will go to the line here for 2, trying to get his first 2 points of the game. Arrow's on a little bit of a drought here, Brian.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, with a couple of turnovers mixed in there too. We got Luke LeBrun into the game now, so we got Mitchell going. Mitchell going 8 to 9 deep here early. Watertown kind of a similar rotation.
Bisker, McClemens, and Mack will be checking in here for the Arrows. Starting 5 back on the court.
You know, it's good to see Caden Decker healthy. I think last year, a lot of the season, he really, whether it's coming off of football, and I know this year they were worried about his knee a little bit coming off of football, but it's good to see him out here healthy and full go here for us. Great
offensive rebound there by Rehorse. Good size from Rehorse this year, too. Seems like he may have got a little taller. Decker's going to go to the line for 3 more. He gets some extra size on him?
I believe he did. According to Coach McClemens, he probably grew a couple more inches and put on some weight. So Isaac's going to be a load down there. But nice extra pass there by Jack Mack. A little surprised that he didn't pull, but he made the extra pass to Deck and we get fouled on the 3-point shot.
Yeah, good opportunity for Decker here to get some redemption. And it's 3 in a row there for Caden. After coming up short, I mean, I thought that was a good spot there for him, but see if he can get these next 2. Boy, he's going to hate himself after that. That's 4 in a row for him.
You got to salvage one here, Caden.
Yep.
There you go.
Might be some extra free throws practice this week. Mitchell starting off a little slow here too, Brian. A little unexpected with all the success that they've had over the years.
Yeah, it's a new team. And Coach Kreitzfeld is going to do a good job. There's no question about it. He's done a great job with some really good talent. He's going to do a good job no matter what type of personnel he has. And this team's got some potential. It's easy to see early. So, you know, it's interesting. The Shelsky kid, he's a load down there as well.
Yeah,
so,
big kid.
Between him and Smith, you know, they have a nice front line already. You can see where they can score around the bucket here.
There's, you know, you'll see some crowd shots as the game goes on. Quite a few people here tonight. 7 basketball games tonight in total between girls and JV and sophomore games. So, you like the doubleheaders, Brian?
I like that basketball started. I was ready, right? It's nice to get some high school basketball going. I know that. We're still in the college football season, and it's just nice to get some. I think everyone is ready for some high school basketball.
Yeah, there's Bisker really going down. Fearless underneath. You know,
you know, and some would say, you know, in the stands maybe calling for a foul here as you look at the replay. But that's probably a good no call by Jeff down there.
I'm good with that.
He was already kind of going down before the contact, so a little bit of a sell job by Carter that didn't work out there, but good take nevertheless.
Turnover here, poked away.
Oh.
And then again, Bisker's going to take that one for himself. He gets 2 more on the board. Of course, Arrow TV brought to you by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union and DFS Insurance. Proud sponsors, exclusive sponsors of Arrow TV again. Appreciate that. Take care of your contract, too.
Yeah, we have some terms to discuss here, but yeah, we're working on it. The lawyers are involved, and sure we'll get it worked out. Compensation just
awfully demanding, though.
Yeah, it is.
To be fair, I mean, you're kind of big time in us, you know? You're playing your Hoff card. That's hard to compete with. Decker makes his case for a Hoff as he gets to the line for 2 more. Free throws number 6 and 7 for Decker tonight.
Yeah, we got to. Jack's doing a great job of getting there. Now we got to convert.
Might, if he misses these 2, I might drop him off a nice Eagles jersey in his locker. And I know he doesn't want that.
He's just a hair short on all of them. They're all front of the rim.
So typically when you're short, when you're hitting the front of the rim, that's a fatigue thing. But do you feel like that's the case here?
Honestly, it may or may not be.
There he's long, drawn back.
Yeah. Meanwhile, shoots it long. I used to have a college coach tell me, you know, I'd have to get a can of orange paint because I shoot it short. I was scraping the orange paint off the rim. I don't think that was particularly nice that he would say that to me. But.
Well,
Yeah.
Arrows drawing here another foul. They'll go to the line for 2 more. 2 for 9 at the free throw line, I want to say.
Yeah, that's not going to get it done. Good news is we're getting to the line. Bad news is we're not converting.
Yeah, we need to convert here. There's one. Clemens puts us on the board.
And start section 4, Watertown.
Clemens puts another one up, shrinks the lead down to 1 at the break here. We're going to go down to our newest sideline reporter, Conrad Pitkin, and see what's going on down on the
Short
court.
clock, see if we foul before the shot. We only have 1.
Good defense there by the Arrows.
Yeah.
We'll send it down to Conrad Pitkin at the end of the first quarter with the Arrows trailing 11-10.
All right, who am I here with?
Jackson Falk.
All right, can we describe the outfit tonight? I know it's Christmas themed, but
It's a very nice outfit. I mean, we got the Noel headband. We got the very comfy, ugly sweatshirt. My mom found it in a closet somewhere. It's just a great outfit overall.
all right, and then what are your thoughts on this first quarter?
You know, I love the heart they're playing with. They got to make more shots, though. I need some baseline penetration, and I need some teamwork, all right? They need more chemistry out there.
All right, thank you, Jackson. Brian and Sam, back to you.
What do we got to do to get you to wear that headband?
I'll tell you what, that whole outfit that Jackson Follick's got going on, I'm on board. I love it. And the insight that Jackson brought into play there, have to score more points. At the end of the day, I spent a lot of time as a coach worrying about defense, worrying about rebounding. You got to make baskets. You got to make baskets, Sam. And he's right. He's right.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you just need to score more points than the other team. I mean, it seems like a pretty simple thing to do, no?
Yeah, you would think so. Just putting that ball through the orange hoop. But no, interesting first quarter. I think both teams probably, I'd say you could, you probably say it's rather sloppy for both teams, but early in the season, not a surprise. I don't think either team has really gotten into a rhythm on the offense side of the floor. And yeah, kind of a evenly matched to first quarter, if you ask me.
Yeah,
if
I think
we make half of our free throws and we're up by 4.
Yeah, bingo. I mean, you said it perfectly there. I think the story of this game thus far, although it's early, is definitely the inability of the Arrows to convert the free throw attempts.
To start the second quarter of a 1-point lead.
And we'll see how that, if that story and that narrative changes as the game progresses. And I'd like to think that it would. I mean, if the Arrows can continue to get to the line and even hit at a 50 or 60% percentage, it's a completely different game.
I'd say a bright spot in the first quarter. Colton Smith has I believe has 2 points on the board, if that's correct. We don't have stats here in front of us tonight, but if you're holding him to 2 per quarter, I would say Coach McClemens would take that.
For sure.
So we're doing a nice job on Colton Smith. He's definitely going to be the focus for Mitchell offensively. I think we just need to get in a rhythm offensively here a little bit.
And meanwhile, Owen Ramble, after going on that 5-0 run, he's got 7 of the Mitchell 11 points. And the Arrows turn it over again here. 11-10, just starting the second quarter. Arrows trying to find a rhythm offensively as Clemens grabs another rebound here for the Arrows. What are you looking for here offensively to find that groove?
Get a few ball reversals, take care of the basketball here. Let's get a good look at it. It's not quite what we had in mind there. But yeah, just get some reversals. Get the defense to shift a little bit. See if we can get some closeouts. Half of offense is getting the defense to close out, right? Especially nowadays, if you can get the defense to shift, get them to close out, and attack that way. We don't have a back to the basket, low post scorer that you just come in and get the ball in with his back to the basket. As you see Jack here, this is a great move, good possession for us to get a good look, and Jack needs to keep going at that.
So when you talk about reversals and talking about attacking, specifically, how do you attack that defense to get those easy buckets?
Yeah, that's
Great block there by Jack Mack.
It just feels like right now Mitchell's leaving the door open a little bit for the Arrows. We just aren't converting on the offensive end.
Yeah, and you take a shot like that from Carter Bisker in the corner, like you love that shot for him, and I mean, it's a good look, and things just aren't falling right now for the white team.
Yeah, I think Mitchell would be echoing the same sentiment there as well, because they've had their opportunities. Neither team converting right now. It's a good cut by Jag. Didn't see him. Another nice pass.
Too many guys too close at the same spot.
There's a lot of good ideas. There's some things going on out there. We're just loose. Timing's off there. You have 2 guys cutting on top of each other. Really, both of them open. So there's a little frustration there right now by players and coaches alike on both sides of the court.
So for the Arrows, as far as leadership goes, you've got Bisker, who's a senior. McClemens is a senior. Decker's a senior. You know, does it take one or a few of these guys to be vocal about what's going on and kind of take control on the court?
Yeah, I don't know. And I think part of it's vocal. More of it is execution. You know, you just listen off. It's going to take by Max. Get in there. There's not a lot going here for us, Sam. Not a lot going right now, either side.
Yeah, I feel like for the Arrows, just a lot of stuff underneath that just isn't falling as Owen Rammel gets on the board with another 3.
He's been the bright spot for Mitchell here tonight,
yeah,
for sure.
Owen Rammel 10, Watertown Arrows 10 at this point. There's a good look, good pass, good entry. Rehorse get to the line for 2.
Really good pass by Deck. Not an easy pass, and then did a great job by Isaac going up to get it. But you know, that type of possession there to get it to Isaac with an advantage. I think to throw it with Isaac with his back to the basket, you know, possession after possession is tough. But for him to be able to catch the ball going downhill to the basket, he's going to score off of other people all year, and he's really good at doing that. And he's just active. He's physical. He's very athletic. And he's just going to be active for us. So that was a great pass by Deck. Nice to see Isaac convert there on both of them.
Yeah, good to see it. Yeah, for sure. I think it's going to be a big story as this game progresses. Are the Arrows going to be able to continue to get to the line, and then once they get there, are they going to be able to convert? And seeing Rehorse get 2 there is good.
Oh, trap.
Yep.
Yikes, I saw that one, Sam.
Stevie Wonder could see that one, Brian.
We all saw that one.
Easy call.
That was easy call.
For the veteran crew.
Easy call. That kid's mom isn't even upset with that call.
Debatable.
True.
Let me tell you what, man, I do a scoreboard for Waverly, and some of those
do you now?
Yeah.
You're a scoreboard keeper too?
I am.
So Sam, what do you do in your free time? Or when is your free time?
Sundays.
Good play there by Mitchell.
Sundays
is
at noon.
downtime, but then you got the Eagles on Sundays. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean that's the free time. I will say though, I thoroughly enjoy doing scoreboard for Waverly, but man, when you're that close to some of the parents, I mean, they are very creative in what they say as
good take by Rammel.
Yeah, Rammel gets to the line for 2 more. Very creative, and their parents are definitely opinionated.
Yeah, they tend to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. Athletics brings out the best and the worst in all of us, I believe. But
that is well said, my friend.
It's just good to see both boys and girls back on the court here. And looking forward to a good season again here.
High school basketball is a lot of fun. There's I like the competition of it. I'm super happy with. I know it's as Rammel makes both of his free throws. I know it's a little mixed opinions on the doubleheader. There's a lot of people here tonight, Ryan.
It's a good crowd.
It's good for the girls. It's good for the boys.
Yeah, it's a good crowd, especially for a Tuesday night. Got a lot of people home for college, probably. It's just nice to get a good crowd for both boys and girls.
Boy, Bisker went down hard there, but he's able to bounce back up.
Yeah, and I would say, you know,
who are they going to call it on?
They're going to get Deck.
Yeah, the replay here brought to you by DFS Insurance. Did he body him, Brian?
It's a tough one. You know, it's hard because on the other end, yeah, that one's tough. I think actually probably if anyone fouled him it was Isaac, and maybe they did call it on Isaac. I didn't see.
No, they got it on Decker.
Yeah.
They got it on Decker.
It's just tough on the one end. You got a no call with Bisker, and I'm not saying that was a foul, but this one I do think we got him up top there. One of those 2 guys. Ramel again, he's been the difference here.
Yeah, big time.
Mitchell's opening up a 6-point lead, and he's got 14 of those 18 points. It's kind of been the story of the half.
Yeah, right now, I mean, Ramel's outscoring the entire Arrows team.
It feels like, Sam, I don't know, we were on 10 forever. I mean, we've gotten 2 since then, but we just kind of hit this, because I don't know our last field goal, to be honest with you.
Yeah, good point. It's been a hot minute. Gotten some points.
There's a good person to get the ball right there.
Well,
good take by Jack.
Jack Mack's going to go to the line. It didn't sound like the Mitchell faithful was a big fan of that call either, though. Oh, yeah, he got him. Yeah, he got him.
Yeah, he got him down low.
Yeah, little hack-a-shack.
Yeah, I think he got his wrist down low there. It was a good call.
I think he got the wrist and the forearm.
Yeah. Good attack by Jack, though. I mean, sometimes we're struggling offensively. We just got to get to the free throw line, but I don't know, what are the stats at there, Sam? We're 6 of 13, maybe 6 of 14 now.
Yeah, I feel like that might be a little kind.
Yeah, meanwhile, Mitchell's 6 for 6.
3 of 18 from the field, Brian. 17%.
Watertown 0 for 3 from 3. I don't mind that we only took 3, but probably going to need to change that a little bit, too, as this game goes on.
They're getting a lot of good looks for the Arrows underneath, and getting into the paint and just not finishing.
Yeah, there just hasn't been much rhythm offensively here. So if we can settle in here at the end of the first half and get it carry over in the second. We're getting stops.
Yeah, defensively, I think the Arrows are doing really well as they avoid a turnover there.
I will say, great pass by Jackson.
Bisker just doing dirty work underneath, and again, just can't finish.
Someone's not back.
Yeah, that's going to be Colton Smith getting on the board, and Clemens not happy. He calls a timeout, probably a good timeout as well. We're going to take this opportunity to take a 60-second timeout. This time brought to you by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union. Okay, and we are back. So, Brian, what do we got to do here? What do we got to do, I mean, to get some of these shots to fall? I mean, if you're coach, are you happy with the shots and they're just like honestly, some bad luck type situation going on?
No, honestly, I don't think we've been very strong with it. I think if you ask coach, one of the first things he'd say is we're not being very tough with it on the offensive end. We've had, we talked about deflections early. Mitchell's had a lot of deflections on us. We're not being very tight with the basketball, and as a result, we have too many turnovers, and I think we're 3 of 19 from the field. But we're 3 of 19, but I don't feel like a lot of those shots are great shots that we're missing. We just seem on our heels and just out of sync here a little bit. Running a set out of the timeout, seeing if we can get a look here.
Yeah, important possession here for the Arrows as they try to get on the board here. Clemens is going to go up strong and bang one home from the free throw line, and one for McClemens.
So it's interesting. Jackson puts the ball on the floor there, and I'm thinking as he puts it on the floor, that's the type of shot we don't need to get right now. We need to get something out of the offense, but Jackson McClemens makes those kind of shots. I mean, he puts the ball on the floor and he went up strong with it. He was able to finish with some contact there, and Jackson makes more of those types of shots than any player we have. So credit to Jackson there, but even there, that's a tough shot that went in. It'd be nice to get some easy looks. We just haven't got an easy looks here this second quarter.
3-point play there for McClemens as the Arrows switch to a full court press here.
A little full court pressure, trying to create something here a bit. Sometimes you get a little pressure on the defensive end. It helps you out on the offensive end.
Defense helps create points offensively. Boy, that is a strong move underneath from Shelsky.
He's alone down there. Can't let Shelsky get it that deep. Nice dish. Nice dish. Was that McCormick or was that Skinner?
Yeah, I didn't see who got the pass there.
I didn't either. Maybe it was neither. It's a good pass by whoever.
Yeah, Mitchell continues to convert their free throws attempts.
Shelsky got some nice touch. Big body, nice touch down there.
Yeah, moves well too.
Yeah.
You know, you see him out on the perimeter. He doesn't look uncomfortable.
You know, it's not like Mitchell's small. I mean, I think they're 6'5", 6'5", 6'6", whatever it is in the front line with different lineups. So get some good length as well.
Yeah, and you're seeing a lot of the length here from the Arrows too. As there's a lot of tip passes.
Went back to Shelsky there. Got a little mismatch with Rabine on him.
Yeah, we're gonna get a foul there on Mitchell, I believe, right?
Yeah. Somehow that might be against us. Yeah, they might have Jack Mack there possibly.
Yeah, Mack is clearly frustrated right there.
Yeah, I think they did get Jack.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, clearly frustrated and not sure where that foul came from. He'll bounce back. 23-15 here with just under 2 minutes remaining in the first half as Mitchell attacks the basket. Bisker swats it away, doing his best Dikembe Mutombo impersonation.
That's a really nice finish by Carter.
Coast to coast there.
Good defensive play and really good finish in transition there.
Yeah, nice to see it finish too. As finally Ramel misses one.
Yeah, not the guy we want to leave open right now.
Back to McClemens. Arrows still looking for their first green bean of the day.
Yeah, forgot about that, Sam. You've been sitting on that for
a whole year.
Oh yeah.
Haven't had one of those since.
Thought maybe you'd get one in the first half here.
Since February.
Grab it. There you go. Got numbers. Finish.
There you go. Hey, good stop by Bisker. Good rebound by Bisker. Oh boy.
I thought maybe we'd get one there. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
You get it cut down to 4 here. Minute to go.
Arrows chasing
Instead,
6.
Yeah. All right, I tell you what, Mitchell's doing their best to keep us in this game right now, I'll be honest.
Arrows really need to capitalize here.
2 for 1, let's get one up quick, 2 for 1.
Thought maybe he had an opportunity there with Bisker on the wing.
We had an opportunity early to go 2 for 1. Yeah. You don't see it a lot in the high school game, see it more in college. Isaac thought about it, thought wisely.
There you go.
Finish.
There you go.
Finish. There you go. Good call. Good possession. Got Isaac going to the basket again.
I think they called it off the floor, right? Is he going?
I think they.
Yeah.
Oh,
nope. He's going.
How?
No, he's not going.
That? How is that on the floor?
Yeah, he called it on the floor.
Huh. Might go down and talk to Jeff at halftime about that one. See what the deal is.
Just shoot him a text.
I'm a fellow referee, so
yeah.
We're a colleague.
Yeah.
We can go down there. We can chat about it.
Peer to peer.
Yeah.
Maybe send him a text.
He may have blocked me.
That's good. That's fair.
So we got more than likely probably want one shot, take a layup, or we'll just hit a 3.
Boy, Arrows just can't buy a bucket right now. Force a turnover there.
By Isaac. Definitely
good patience there by Decker.
Tell you what, Sam, if we can make a couple free throws and go into half down 23-19, I think we'd take it with the lack of field goals here for the Arrows in this first half.
5 of 26, shooting at 19% right now for your Arrows.
Is that not good? Is that less than desirable? Do we want to be higher than that?
Yeah, I mean, I think ideally,
typically,
you know, like if you could be in that, you know, even the 20% range would be a.
We'd take it here right
now.
now.
An improvement.
Yeah, but like I said,
oh, he just went right out of bounds.
Oh, they're going to get Isaac with a push there.
And then now
it's tough
that
to see. You don't want to give up 2 points there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean the arm's not, the forearm's not extended.
But watch his leg. Yeah, I don't
like it, Brian.
I don't love it.
I don't like it.
I don't love it.
I don't like it.
All right, so 4 seconds to go. 4 seconds to go, down 5. I hate to give up any points in a situation like that. Let's see if we can get out of here.
Yeah, thankfully he missed the first free throw.
Now don't give up a cheap one. 4 seconds is a long time.
For sure.
Get up the court.
Clemens at the buzzer. Hits the front. We're going to go down to our sideline reporter, Conrad Pitkin, as the Arrows trail the Kernells 24-18.
Some initial thoughts on a very competitive first half here at the Watertown Civic Arena, a 6-point game. Watertown's got to start limiting their takeaways on offense. They got to stop turning the ball over. Otherwise, they've been doing a very good job of limiting Mitchell's second chance points. As for Mitchell, they've done a pretty good job of limiting. Watertown's guards and bigs. You know, haven't been a lot of points, but they have to stop fouling. Watertown had a lot of free throws in that first half. Speaking of which, Watertown also needs to start hitting those free throws. They could be winning this game if they hit those shots. So very competitive first half here at the Watertown Civic Arena with Mitchell leading Watertown 24-18. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Conrad, we appreciate that. We're going to take a few minute break here and compose ourselves.
Do we have back and forth with Conrad? Do we get to talk to him at all, or, no, or is that not how we're set up here?
I don't know. We'll find that out here. In
I'd like to kind of grill Conrad a little bit on some of his takes. I like it.
I like it too.
Yeah, throw it back at him.
Okay, we're going to take a few minute break here and get ourselves composed and come up with some good analysis here, Brian, for the first half.
My name's Carter Bisker. I'm a senior. Person I look up to most would probably be my dad. When I'm not playing basketball, I like to go golfing, go hunting. If I had to sing one song in front of a packed arena, I do not know the answer to that question. If I could bring back any fashion trend, don't have an idea for that either. If I had to delete all but 2 apps from my phone, I'd keep Instagram Reels and Snapchat.
My name's Caden Decker, and I'm a senior. My favorite high school memory is probably winning the state football championship last year. The person I look up to the most is probably my mom. When I'm not playing basketball, I like to play football. If I could be any animal, I would be probably a gorilla. If I could be any superhero, I would be the Flash. If I won the lottery, I would buy a mansion and a jet. Master Rabine, I'm a senior, and we're number 12. My go-to meal is probably chicken Alfredo. My favorite sports team is the Dallas Cowboys. Favorite TV show? I don't really have one. Person I look up to most is my dad. When I'm not playing basketball, I like to be on the lake with friends or golfing. If I could travel anywhere in the world, I'd probably go to Paris.
My name is Jackson McClemens. I'm a senior. The person I look up to most, probably LeBron James. When I'm not playing basketball, I like to stack with my teammates in Warzone. My favorite meal to cook is goulash. If I were a pro wrestler, his name would be John Cena III. In a zombie apocalypse, the person I want on my team is Caden Decker. That is because he will slide cancel around corners.
All right, Brian, we are back. Before we walk us through some of the highlights here. I think we got some first half highlights.
First of all, great job, Conrad.
Conrad Pitkin just killing it down there.
Where are the highlights at that we're breaking down here?
Well, that's our quad screen. Here we go. You want to walk us through these?
Well, I certainly can try. There's a nice little pull-up jumper there by Carter. He's so good. He's kind of a 3-level guy. He can score from 3, he's mid-range, and get to the basket really well. A lot better. Probably underrated part of his game is getting the basket. Some of those Mitchell baskets were, a result of turnovers on our end, but Rammel was the story for Mitchell. There's no question about it. I would say Rammel and Shelsky were the kids that really hurt us the most in the first half, offensively, but just not a lot of buckets going in. Not a lot of buckets going in from the outside, really, for either team. And there's that tough shot by Jackson McClemens there off the dribble. And again, there's Shelsky. You let him get it deep, we're in trouble. Tell you what, these are rapid fire. There's Bisker there, Bisker on the breakaway. You got to be quick, Sam. You gotta be, and there they are. And there they are. That's
Killed
the first
it.
half. And
Killed
to
it.
be honest, those were all of the Arrow highlights in the first half because
Yeah.
that may be all of our points right there.
it's
No
the-
offense to the boys. They're playing hard out there, but we got to get going offensively. Just not a great half offensively. I think defensively we're active. We, you know, I think some of our turnovers, which we had too many of those, led to some easy buckets for Mitchell. But overall, I think when we were set defensively, we did a pretty good job of guarding Mitchell. And that's what's always difficult as a coach, whether you're Coach Kreitzfeld or Coach McClemens. You game plan, you practice all these things, and you end up, they get 24 points, and I bet probably 10 or 12 of those points are something that you did on the offensive end that led to an easy bucket on the other end. So that's always frustrating. But bottom line is, if Watertown doesn't shoot it better, they're going to have a tough time winning this game. And the other side of it is, if you're Mitchell, you're very pleased to be up 6, but I think you probably feel like it should be up 12 or 14 right now.
Yeah, I would agree. And I think at the beginning of the game, if you told Coach McClemens that, hey, you're gonna hold the Mitchell Kernells to 24 points at half, probably be okay with that.
Yeah, I think so, because I think we have a basketball team that's going to score some points this year. I think we've had some basketball teams here in the past where it's really kind of somewhat been offensively challenged at times. We'll go in lulls.
Agreed.
And I think this team maybe could do that as well. But I think this team probably has more potential, should I say, to score baskets on a consistent basis. Not a great half to say that, but I do believe we have a team that can put some points on the board.
Would you say that this team has spurt ability?
Well, I think we can be better than that. I think we can be a consistent, good offensive basketball team. I don't think great offensive basketball, but I think we can be consistent instead of having to count on spurt ability, Sam.
Yeah, I just like to say spurt ability.
I know you did. I know that's why you brought it up. I get
did.
it. I get it. I like the word too. It is a neat word.
Yeah, but I mean that's you introduced me to that word.
Well, and you used it correctly, which is more impressive than anything. But
well, I'm learning, Brian.
So
when you sit next to a Hoff for a whole year, you know, like it just rubs off. I mean, your greatness is just.
Are you talking about Zemlica?
Which one?
Well, exactly. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We don't have to differentiate. But no, hey, let's take this time to congratulate you as well.
For what?
On the new book.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Congrats.
Thank you.
I have. It's a page turner.
I appreciate that.
It's a page turner.
Are you digging into it?
Digging in.
Okay.
Digging in. Absolutely.
Is there anybody in there that you've seen that you've been wow?
So, for the 5 people out there listening tonight, Sam and I had lunch before the season, kind of break down the season, and I purchased a book, and I was fortunate enough to be in the book. I actually took a selfie right up here in the booth. But as I thumbed through the book that day, what did I tell you? I said right away what struck me was the sense of community that book has, because so many people there are part of our community, and you do a great job of kind of giving quick stories in this book about so many people in our community. So it kind of makes you proud to be from a town like Watertown. And I think that's what's really cool about it. And who better than Sam Mooney to kind of bring Watertown together? So I think it's pretty cool, Sam.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate your kind words. Fortunate enough to be surrounded by so many great people. And as I look to my right and visit with you, and of course you're in the book, and really appreciated the lunch that we had, talking about not only just basketball but life in general, and that was a lot of fun. But to my left, you know, is the legend KG, who's also in the book. So and then behind us, you know, Ryan Remmers, you know, and he's in there too, and just a lot of good people in our community, and I was thankful for the opportunity to be able to shine that spotlight on a lot of cool people.
Yeah, it's really cool. I think a lot of people have ideas in their heads. I think a lot of people have thoughts of maybe someday type of deal, and you took action on something, and I think it's really special that you took action on writing a book, and the way you did it and what it's all about is pretty cool.
Well, I appreciate that. It's awfully kind of you. And
well, you signed my contract here. You signed my checks for this deal, so I got to be nice.
Well, we need to keep the negotiation in process, because, you know, like, you have spurt ability if you're here or not.
Yeah, listen,
you know,
listen. Yeah, I have spurt ability as a broadcaster, too.
That's what I'm saying.
We have our good moments, and we have our not so good moments. So I appreciate everyone tuning in and listening, putting up with us.
Well, and speaking of tuning in, gentleman says he's Bill G2I2V, whatever that means. Bill, we'll call him Bill. He's watching his grandson from Canada.
Cool.
So
we're
international.
We're international.
International broadcast. So I appreciate that. If you are watching, We do have the chat up, and we're open and active. If you want to tell us where you're from and who you're watching and who you're supporting, we'll get the handsome and talented Brian Norberg to give you a shout out on air.
Well, and
that does come with fair warning that we will, in all likelihood, make fun of you.
Yeah, well, there's people in front of us right now that I'd like to make fun of, but
yeah,
it's a long season. It's a long season.
We need to pace ourselves.
Yeah. So back to basketball, Sam.
Yeah.
Keys to the second half. I'm going to throw it at you now. You always ask me the questions. Keys to the second half here. What do you think? What do you think?
There was a lot made about protecting the basketball, and I feel like that in any game that's super important. Personally, I don't mind the way that the Arrows have been playing basketball offensively. I feel like they are getting good looks. I don't think they're taking any reckless shots. Just the basket's not falling for them. I think they need to continue to be aggressive, use that length, and get some points on the board.
And, at the end of the day, we probably haven't done a good job giving Mitchell enough credit defensively.
That's fair.
They're doing a good job. They're doing a good job defensively. I know probably Mitchell, sitting where they're sitting, they probably feeling like they could be better on both ends of the floor as well. So coming out of halftime, be interested to make a few adjustments and see if we can get kind of in a rhythm offensively and keep doing a good job defensively. And I'm sure Mitchell's looking to do the same.
Our first adjustment is going to be we're going to rename the Conrad segment. So Conrad's beautiful and talented mom, Andrea, says, totally unashamed, biased mom here, which I love. And she said the segment should be kicking it out to Conrad. He's doing great, which I agree. Kicking it out to Conrad. I mean, we're going to kick it out to Conrad. I mean,
Absolutely.
That sounds
great. You can get a tagline on the screen there.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Moms know best. That's a great idea.
Absolutely.
Great idea.
Yeah, love it. 10 out of 10. We're gonna roll with that. Tiffany Bestie says Brian Norberg is the GOAT. So we love that, and I don't disagree. She says hello all the way from Yankton.
Oh, I tell you, the besties. That's awesome. Enjoyed watching Tiffany's son play in the Dome and playing football. Awful good quarterback. That was really fun to watch. Glad to see the son took after mom there, not dad, and did a great job on the football field. Besties are good people. That's fun to hear from them.
And then Darren Van Meter says, let's go Arrows. Pop those Kernells.
There you go.
I see what he did there.
There you go.
Clever. And we're right back to where we started.
Yeah, we've 3 possessions coming up empty-handed. That one, the turnover lead to a wide open layup. Not what we wanted to get out of half here.
Yeah, the Arrows turn it over again, and you are just like this living legend over here, because I open up the chat and it's just everybody talking to you and giving you a shout out. So Clint Hinker wants a shout out. He says, hi, Brian, watching for Mitchell.
Yeah.
And his name is Banana Turtle.
Okay.
So maybe he needs to work on that.
Checks out. But Clint, the father of both of the Hinker boys that came through Mitchell here last, I guess it would be the last 6 to 8 years. So both doing a really good job. One at Dakota Wesleyan and then Caden at Augustana. So good to hear from. Meanwhile, Arrow's off to a tough start. Might see a timeout here if this goes.
Good job by Decker just holding his ground there. Doesn't get a lot of help from the back. Yeah, good call on the timeout. Just in the blink of an eye, Brian, it's 30 to 18. What happened?
Well, I think honestly 6 to 8 possessions there. I think if there were 6 possessions there, we turn it over every one. All of them leading to buckets on the other end. So good start by Mitchell. Always the opposite on the other end. But got to take care of the ball. Not only are we not getting shot, we're not shooting it particularly well, and now we're not even getting some good looks. So.
And
not a great start.
The Owen Ramel versus Watertown Arrows saga continues as he tightens it back up, ties it up 18-18. Like, it's impressive, man. It's impressive.
Yeah. So we'll see. You got to settle down. Got to settle down and see what we can get going here offensively. And again, credit to Mitchell. I mean, they came out with some good intensity. I think we got to give Mitchell some credit defensively. I think even Coach Kreitzfeld would say that it's not all them defensively, because I think Watertown's just struggling. We got a lot of guys doing things just out of sync right now. But see if we can get our feet under here. And this is kind of one of those deals. You have 6 minutes to go in the quarter. Get it down to single digits going into the fourth quarter, something like that. Or timeout right now. Coach is talking to him. Calm down. Slow down a bit here. Let's get back to what we do, and let's maybe not look at the scoreboard right now. It's not out of hand. There's still a ball game, but let's just cut it into segments now. Let's cut it into segments. Let's try to win the next 4 minutes.
Jessica Riddle joining us from all the way from Dallas, Texas, says, let's go Jack Mack. And Lincoln Bottom cheering on both nephews from Dallas.
There you go. Yeah.
So it's good.
Yeah, the Bottoms.
And then Becky Krotz is cheering on the Kernells from Mitchell. Shout out to you two for announcing. Thank you. Plus on the high school crew doing the videos of their team. Very cool. It's nice to see somebody, you know, like just paying a little bit of attention to me. Like, you know, like I appreciate you sharing a little bit of the spotlight.
Hey, listen, I like hanging out with Sam because you pump me up. The look by Jackson. Yes, not able to get a lot. Word on the street is there's a Mitchell legend by the name of Matt Severide that might be tuning in tonight as well. For Mitchell. That would be back in the mid '90s, back in my era. We had some battles with Matt Severide. Very good basketball player.
We'll see if he chimes in here as Mitchell looks to extend the lead here.
If he brings up 7th grade Big Four, we're going to maybe block him.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like that's a reasonable response.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, sounds like a Cowboys fan, you know, just like living in the past. Boy, that's a tough turnover there. Boy, Brian, you tell me, Rehorse get away with one? I mean,
just you know, we get the stop and it's turnover before we get across half court. So just frustrating right now on all fronts.
There you go, Bisker.
Carter.
We're going to get to the line for 2. Arrows have yet to get on the board here yet this quarter, no?
I believe you're correct, yes. You got to start somewhere. Let's knock down a couple free throws and see if coach maybe throws a little something full court, 3/4 court to mix things up a little bit.
Pros and cons of doing a full court press.
Yeah, you know, to be honest, you know, you got at times you just got to try something, and then it's you know, how much have we worked on it? Are we any good at it? You know, you run the risk of giving up some easy buckets if you don't have to. But in this type of situation where your offense is struggling so much, it's trying to do something on the defensive end. You're just trying to find a spark.
We spent a lot of time talking about what the Arrows are and aren't doing, and you've hinted on it a few times, and I think we're doing a little bit of discredit to the Kernells and their ability to force these turnovers and force these tough shots, and they're finishing underneath, and they're making their free throws. So I do think that we do need to give the Kernells their flowers for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And I think at the end of the day, they've been the more physical basketball team, and I think there's a lot of case to be made that you know, we're kind of the ones looking for a foul at times, where they're maybe a more physical basketball team right now that's leading to a lot of Watertown's turnovers and struggles offensively.
Free throw percentage down to 16% here for the Arrows, 5 of 5 for 31. Arrows getting physical down underneath there after 2 missed free throws by Mitchell. It'll be Watertown ball. Mitchell faithful not caring for that one a whole lot.
Yeah, that one got a little physical. I didn't see some bodies went flying.
You know, one thing that's really neat about these doubleheaders too, Brian. I mean, we talked about good attendance here, but Mitchell's well traveled tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice crowd.
Yeah, we got a real nice crowd, both with students and parents.
Yeah, for sure. On a Tuesday night, it's good to see.
Yeah,
we talked about that earlier. It's a nice crowd in the arena tonight. We got to get something to get this crowd going. There you go.
Yeah, Jack Mack with the first green bean of the home season.
It's good to hear those words, Sam.
Yeah,
Didn't know if we'd hear them tonight.
We needed it. We needed it. We need a couple more of those.
Good look by Jack there. There we go.
Turn over here by the Arrows. See if we can convert here. Bisker just fearless underneath there. Looking for a foul. Is not going to get it.
A bit of a force by Carter there. Maybe a kick out.
Wide open shot here for Rammel.
Rammel's cooled off a little bit. He went on his run. He's got 18 points. Definitely been their best offensive player tonight. But we got to get something here. Got to get maybe some back-to-back possessions here. We'll get something on the board.
Boy, there was Rabine just attacking the basket there and swatted away. You will be happy to know that the Suliks are watching.
What's that?
The Suliks are watching.
Solix?
Solix, excuse me.
Okay.
Yep, they're watching.
Yeah. Yep. So someone is tuning in, Sam.
Yeah. We got a nice little crowd watching tonight. Home opener for the Arrows here.
Max Martinson.
Martinson just comes up short. Boy,
There's been a lot of deflections, a lot of block shots.
Yeah, there really has. Mitchell is really using their size.
Yeah, I just think they've been a more physical team. They've just been a little more aggressive.
Arrows chasing 10 with 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Game certainly within reach as Bisker goes for 3 more. Great rebound, great hustle here. Clemens is able to secure it.
There you go, Jack. That attack.
That one forced maybe a little bit, you think?
No, not necessarily. It just when he got to the point of finishing, you know, we're kind of on our heels and just not going up as strong as what we're capable of doing, I think. And I think we're just seeing it time and time again as we do try to take the ball to the hole.
Arrows being a little bit more patient here, looking for something. Get Bisker in the corner for 3 more. Bang! Bangs that one home.
We're back to 7. I mean, we're back to 7. It was
right there.
What, 13? It was a 13 or 12. We're back to 7. But hey, how about Max Martinson taking the ball to the hole aggressively, gets a kick out to our shooter on the perimeter. Good to see. Way to create that for Max Martinson. Good job.
Yeah, Martinson does a good job of kicking out to Bisker. Bisker squares up real nice and buries a green bean. Takes it into 7. Terry Bender says she's watching from Mitchell.
So we got a lot of Mitchell's crew tuning in. Good to see.
Yeah, not only have they showed up at the Watertown Civic Arena tonight, but tuning into Arrow TV. We appreciate that.
We were not able to do our extensive homework on the opposing team. We just didn't have. Well, number one, we have day jobs, so
that's right.
We do have day jobs, but so I do apologize to the Mitchell contingent that we don't have some better background on the Kernells, but they're playing good basketball tonight here.
We'll do better. I mean, I don't think we'll welcome Mitchell back here this year, will we?
I think we're 1 and done with Mitchell, I believe.
You're right. But
and
as
they'll be playing the majority of their games at the high school this year, from what I read.
Okay. A little different
Thoughts, Sam? Let it go. On the Corn Palace not being their home venue necessarily. They're going to play some games there, is my understanding, but they're going to play the majority of their games at their newly renovated high school, which I have not seen yet.
I've yet to see it as well, but you know, regardless of what your thoughts are on the Corn Palace, there's millions of people every year that go and check it out.
Is there millions?
There's millions.
There's a lot.
Yeah. I mean,
hey, listen. Anyone with South Dakota basketball history, anybody that's been a part of South Dakota basketball, whether it's high school or college, has memories of the Corn Palace. And I think you could honestly say there's one gym. There's one gym in the state of South Dakota that almost anybody and everybody would say they have some special memories in the Corn Palace. Now, I have some painful memories.
Sure, of course.
In the Corn Palace. I remember as a 7th grader watching my brother's team, who was really good, go down and play against Mitchell at the Corn Palace. And I just remember thinking to myself, like, it's impossible to win here. Like, we had them down, come out the second half, all of a sudden Tyson Thieler hits 3 threes, and it just seemed almost impossible. And I think Watertown was in the middle of a 26-year drought of winning down at the Corn Palace at that point. Obviously, they've had some great teams and a dynasty there. But yeah, the Corn Palace, I think it's such a special place for so many people that have had the opportunity to coach, play, watch basketball there. So,
well, like I said, I mean, any place that brings that many people, whether it's millions or hundreds of thousands or tens of tens, you know, like it's an iconic venue.
But I'll say this.
And it's great for their community.
But I'll say this. I understand completely why they would be playing a lot more of their high school games at their high school. I think today's different. And I think if they have a beautiful facility that they have there to play games, and I think it could be a really good venue. It sounds like it's going to be a great venue for the high school games as well. And I'm sure there's a lot of logistics that goes into sharing the Corn Palace with a lot of teams as well.
Good basket there by Clemens to cut the lead to 5. You know, it sounds similar to maybe in the Mitchell community, and those that are watching from Mitchell can maybe chime in on this in the chat. You know, it was pretty controversial when Watertown announced that they were going to close down the stadium.
Yeah,
you know,
a little bit.
Pretty similar here.
Smith.
As Colton Smith looks up to, but pretty similar here in that, you know, maybe it's controversial in the community that, and they're not getting, like you said, they're not getting away from it completely. You know, they're
You know,
but but maybe it's trending.
I think people sometimes are, and I'm guilty of it as well, resistant to change a little bit.
Sure.
And we all have such great memories of, take the Watertown Stadium, for example.
Yeah.
All the great memories that were there for a lot of people, but at the same time, you go to a football game this year and the job they did and that type of facility to watch, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Right? So things change. Like it or not, I mean, things change, and a lot of times for the better.
Catherine McCardle, she says the McCardles are watching from Mitchell. Go Kernells. Another Mitchell contingent watching, so appreciate that. 34-27 here, Brian, in the third quarter, 49.4 left.
Boy, we could open up a can of worms of all the stories of whether they're kernels or arrows. If you just open up a can of worms of stories down at the Corn Palace that people would have.
Oh, yeah, geez.
There's a lot of them.
A litany of stories. Bisker with a little crossover, gets himself open. Kicks off to McClemens. McClemens with a little bit of heat check there.
Listen, Sam,
we're right there, Brian.
we're right there. We got a 5-point game. The lid is opened a little bit for Watertown, which is good to see. And it's a basketball game again here. A little half-court pressure there at the end of the quarter.
All right, Arrows playing real good. Got a turnover there. Hey, there you go. You're going to pick up a quick foul.
Yeah, I don't know how many that is on Colton. I believe it's only one, but a good foul.
Yeah, crowd back into it.
Good foul, just with, I think that's 3 on Mitchell. So really good foul there at the end of the.
One thing that I really noticed there is after Colton committed the foul, he immediately ran after past the half-court line and told his team, just calm down, relax.
Yeah,
I mean, that there's some senior leadership there.
A little sign of maturity out of Colton there, hopefully.
Absolutely. Clemens definitely with a heat check there.
Impressive. That's impressive. Get in there.
Yeah, he just hucked it across the court. Didn't play the window.
Hey, 5-point game.
Hey, you know what? A 5-point game going into the fourth quarter, you'll take it.
Well, as bad as things were there.
Started off really slow in the third.
To start that second half that way and then to finish that quarter. So kind of a tale of two halves within that quarter there, where Mitchell got off to a great start and then Watertown finished the last 4 minutes.
What you got a number in your head where you would like to see the Arrows at the end of this quarter to win the game?
To win the game?
Yeah.
You're going to have to score. I think you're going to have to score 45. What do we have? That's going to be explosion for us tonight. You're going to have to score 45 minimum to win this game. I mean, Mitchell said, I hate to do that. I don't know. I just get stops.
Sure.
Get stops.
Sure.
And let's, the basket's going, the ball's going in the hoop a little bit. So I'm not going to answer. I'm not going to play your game, Sam. I'm not going to play your game. Let's just get stops one at a time, one possession at a time. You got it to a manageable 5-point lead. Now it's manageable. You don't have to go out and get it all at once, but it always starts by just getting some stops, right?
Sure.
We're taking care of the ball a little bit better. We're getting a little bit of rhythm offensively. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens here in this fourth quarter.
For the Arrows, nobody's real in foul trouble. So, I mean, we're sitting real good there. Can get pretty aggressive here in this fourth quarter. Of course, the fouls are going to reset. You used to that yet?
It would be interesting. Yeah, no, not. I'm not necessarily. I almost messed it up in the 9th grade basketball game today, refereeing. I kind of forgot about the new rules. So that's here nor there. No one yelled at me. But the Colton Smith factor here now, I feel like it'll be very interesting here in the fourth quarter. You're going to go to your horse, and I think there's no question Colton's their horse. I think I think they're going to go to him. And it's
so let me ask you this. I mean, you said there's no question that Colton's the horse, but the hot hand has been Owen Rammel all game.
Yeah, he's been good. He's been good. I just think all of a sudden now you look up Colton Smith's more. He's kind of in the game, and I just think they're going to go through him here. Because when it gets down to crunch time, you're going to go to your horse, right? And you got to have some guys to make plays.
Kernells turn it over there on their first possession. We'll see if the Arrows can get this to a one-possession game as we start the fourth quarter, and the Arrows trailing by 5. Resetting the court for the Arrows. They've got the starters on the court here to start the fourth quarter. McClemens has just been kind of taken over here. Rehorse battles for a rebound and can't come up with it. Picks up a quick foul. Is that number 2 or 3 for Isaac? It's like number 2.
I would think that would be 2 or 3 for sure, maybe 3. I think coach is a little frustrated on the shot there, and I know credit to Jackson. He's done such a good job this year in this young season of really his improvement on shot selection there, but probably want to get the ball reversed there a couple more times there in that possession coming out of the quarter.
See the Arrows being a little aggressive here at the top of the perimeter. Oh, I think Jackson might want that one back. Brian kind of got pushed away there.
Yeah, you can't give up. You can't give up extra chances.
Good job there by Rehorse.
I mean, turnover-wise, Mitchell has to be kind of in the same ballpark as Watertown, I think.
Oh,
nice
good pass there by Carter. Easy bunny in for Rehorse, and just like that, it's a one-possession game.
Yeah, really good look there by Carter and good finish by Isaac.
So Tim Grivna, great basket there by the Kernells. That's Skinner getting an easy two. He wants you to talk about the big games he had against the Kernells, that you had against the Kernells.
Well, I'm trying to think of one. I don't know. The Kernells were tough.
Another turnover here by the Arrows.
When we have a break in action, I'll give one memory that I had. Oh.
Yeah, good follow-up there by Colton
Good
Smith.
hustle by both teams there. Colton, good follow. Quick memory that I had, I was talking earlier, just watching. I got the front row seat to watch some unbelievable basketball as a kid down at the Corn Palace in the Watertown Arena, whatever it is. But all sorts of great stories. But we were able to go down my junior year and win for the first time. I think it was 26 years to win down there at Mitchell. And I remember that game, but that's a credit to Mitchell, how dominant they were, right? So if you can go down and get a win at the Corn Palace, that was just, that was fun. That was fun to be able to finally knock them off down there with some really good basketball teams. And I will say Coach Munson, when I coached in Watertown from day one, Coach Munson was phenomenal to me. And I'll never forget that. I think he viewed me as an ESD guy, so I was okay in his book.
That's pretty well. Great basket there by Bisker.
Great drive by Carter.
Anytime that you get affirmation from a coach like that with that kind of resume.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
That's definitely a feather in your cap for sure.
Yeah, I don't know what we had going on there. Lucas had I don't know if we got a foul or we got a warning.
Yeah, I don't know if that was maybe a bench warning.
I think it was on.
Boy, good floater there. Great floater by Mitchell there as they extend the lead back to 6. I haven't called Decker's name a whole lot since as Bisker goes corner 3. Clemens with the rebound. Haven't called Decker's name a whole lot since that first quarter.
Boy, one thing that's evident, the types of shots we're getting at the basket, we're just not able to finish real strong tonight. And I think that's something we'll look at the film and probably see the difference of the game between the two teams. Just our inability to finish with contact tonight. And again, credit to Mitchell. I think they're a strong physical basketball team.
Yeah, evident there. Gutschowski to the line for 2 more. He's been a big part of this game here. I will say, too, that Mitchell's free throws have been pretty impressive, and I think they've only missed 1 or 2 here for the game, and that's a big part of the 6-point lead, Brian.
Yeah, absolutely. No question about it. Yeah, that's twice off free throws. We've given it up. That's a killer.
Boy. That Owen Ramel just taking over here with the big offensive board. That one, I think, when Coach McClellan sees that on tape, he's not going to be happy with that one.
Got caught watching a little bit. There you go, Jack.
Boy, the arena got really quiet after that.
It did. Yeah, it really did. That was a good take by Jack. A little stronger take that created the contact himself.
Really quiet there. There we go. Jack hits the front end of his free throw. 41-34. Kernells still holding on.
Arrows got it down to 3, right? I mean, we got it down to 3, and then from that point here, we have had a unfortunate part. I think we had 4 points off of offensive boards that we gave up on the other end. Mitchell's able to extend it back out.
Okay, back down to 6. Arrow's going to go with the full court press here. Don't have numbers on this one. Great job by Mitchell there, breaking that press and having Weir get the easy 2.
Yeah, did a nice job of breaking the pressure that Watertown put on.
Boy, Weir's going to race out for this one too. Ooh, I think he stepped. Yep, he stepped.
Jeff Schroeder all over it down there.
Arrow's got a break there. I love the animation from him though, you know?
Yeah, I got to laugh at Jeff there.
I love it.
Yeah, we were pretty animated. He was there. He's on it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that in my world, you sell that call. He wasn't asking us if he was out of bounds.
Yeah.
I mean, he told us.
Well, I hate to mention the fact that I'm a referee again, but
Ooh,
it's going to be 3.
good sportsmanship there by our friend Owen Rammel, helping Bisker up, and Bisker will go to the line for 3.
Coach Kreitzfeld's gotta love that there. Whenever you foul a jump shooter, he's going to go have a conversation with Rammel. I'm sure Rammel will have a reason for what happened there, but I don't think Coach Kreitzfeld will be too interested in hearing that reason.
Well, that one in and out, Brian.
Could be a pretty short conversation over there. Yeah, I got to get 2 out of 3 here now, Carter.
Well, Rammel's got 20. About half of the points for the Kernells.
Yeah, he's been good tonight. He's been the difference.
Real good.
No question about it.
18 at half, though, right?
No, he had, what, 14 and a half, I
Yeah,
think?
14 and a half,
Right.
okay.
I was a PE major, so I didn't do a lot with numbers, but.
There you go. Arrow's getting an offensive
Scored by
rebound.
Jack.
And then losing it.
Tell you, Colton, if you get tied up with Colton Smith, he's very strong. If he gets his hands on the ball, there's not a lot of people taking it away from him.
Foul well before the shot, and then a little physicality there at the end.
Yeah, I think we had 2 hands automatic up top there.
Yep.
We're gonna get called every time.
Yep.
Timeout, Mitchell.
Carter with an aggressive, making sure that those points don't count on the end there.
So do we have time here, or are we going to break? What are we doing?
No, we're good.
So
Time is yours,
we
my
gotta
friend.
talk a little Gary Munson stories here.
Okay.
So in 03-04, my first year coaching in Watertown, there was still VHS tapes, right? So
Nice.
so we're literally, I'm calling coaches to meet with them somewhere at a coffee shop somewhere to exchange VHS tapes. And I remember calling Coach Munson and kind of scared to call him. I didn't have any idea what to expect.
Okay.
And I never forget how kind he was to me, and how he was willing to share anything and help me out. And but we had played Pier. He wanted to know what he wanted me to call him. We played Pier on a Friday night, and they were loaded, and we were not great, but we somehow beat Pier. I think it was with Severin and Hansen and those guys. So we somehow beat Pier out at Pier. I apologize to Coach Becker for bringing it up. And he had told me that week, said, hey, Coach Norbert, give me a call on Saturday morning. And so I did. I call him right away, say, if Coach Munson asks you to do something, you do it.
Yeah, of
and so I
course.
call him, and he had, I can't say it because there's some colorful language there, but it's like I woke him up. I woke him up because he told me to call.
So what time did you call?
Well, it wasn't that early. I didn't believe, but 8 o'clock on a Saturday, something. Anyway, his reaction on the phone I'll never forget. And then he remembered that I was supposed to call him, and then he remembered that we had won, and the conversation went from there. But it was pretty interesting.
Gift here for the
There you go.
Arrows. Clemens cleans that up. Hot start here as the Arrows try to close this gap.
A little 3/4 court here, Sam. Ooh. Get a replay on that one.
Arrows playing really, really physical here and aggressive defensively.
Talk to the control room here.
Yeah, there's your replay.
All right. Here we got. Look at this. Look at Arrow TV here.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's close.
That was close.
I don't know if I'd use my challenge on that one or not.
Throw the red flag.
Yeah, maybe the green coat, whatever it is. Yeah, that's football. But yeah, you can challenge in college, right? Can they challenge?
Yeah.
Yep. That's good.
Decker with the goalkeeping foul there. Yeah, and I agree. It's a good call.
He was already going down. I think he was there. Honestly, he was there in plenty of time, but he didn't take the charge.
Let me ask you this, Brian. This is I saw this in Waverly last week. There is a quasi new flopping rule.
Yeah.
Can you walk us through that? We haven't seen it tonight.
No. Apparently, if you are basically, and there's a bad description of it, acting like you got fouled and you didn't. There is a call now the referees can make, kind of like the flopping rule, but they've kind of extended it to if you act like you got fouled, you're impersonating a foul, basically. The referees have an opportunity to make a signal, and then when the play is over, they can administer the penalty there, or whatever it is.
Just unbelievable hustle to keep it alive, and forgive me, I don't remember who kept it alive. Was that Rabine? I think it was Rabine.
That was
That's Mason Anderson.
Yeah, Mason. Yeah.
Mason Anderson keeps it alive, and then Decker just bangs a green bean in the corner.
Poor Mason gets in the game, and you and I are
just jabbing it away.
And meanwhile, there's a basketball game going on, and Mason, great job.
Wow.
Great job keeping the ball alive. Good to see Deck come to life here.
Yeah.
We got ourselves a ball game.
Squares up and right in front of the right in front of the bench there, and bangs a green bean to make it a 2-point game.
Yeah, I mean, if you know, we've been talking. Well, Watertown keeps hanging around. You know, they get it tight, and then Mitchell extends it a little bit, but just kind of hanging around. And here we are with a 2-point game. Now it'll be interesting to see out of the timeout here how Mitchell responds. Watch him go to Colton Smith on this offensive possession. You've been asking for it. I just think that, you know, there's a reason I'm up here calling games now, but I just think that, you know, you go through your horse. See if Watertown, it looks like they're going to drop man and get out of the three-quarter court, which was decent for them, but they're a little man, see if we can get a stop here.
3 minutes here left in this ball game. Arrows trailing by 2 as Mitchell comes out of a timeout. 2 fouls for Mitchell, 5 for Watertown. We'll see how important that plays out the rest of the way. Yeah, just a great cut to the basket by Ramel.
Possession for Mitchell out of that. Just a simple back screen, you know, just a one reversal, simple back screen. We kind of got caught. Too easy.
Listen,
great possession by Mitchell. Too easy for us.
For me, it's the subtleties, right? So Colton Smith tries to get that steal, bangs into the scorer's table, moves it back about a foot, and then you know what he does? Moves it back to where it's supposed to be.
Well, the poor girls over there, thank goodness, they about got crushed.
Yeah, I mean, and they're still smiling and laughing about it, but I like
in the paint here.
Good character there.
Oh,
Decker fighting hard underneath amongst the trees to get 2 more.
Shortest kid on the court. Boy, Mason Anderson getting some ticks here in crunch time.
Bisker fighting hard here.
See the intensity picked up a little bit by the Arrows.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 minutes left here on this one. Good help defense there.
You know, as much as an Arrow fan, we want that to be a charge. I think that's a pretty good call.
I agree. Move right in front of him, right into it.
It was close. Yep. It was close.
But there's the Colton Smith that you've been asking for.
Yeah. I mean, the previous possession makes a great pass for the layup, and you know, I'll give Colton some credit here tonight. I think he's played like a senior.
I appreciate the character. I mean, he's helped people up. He's moving. You know, he moved the scoreboard, put it back to where it was. Little things like that. Intangibles for a kid.
He hasn't forced a ton. He's let the game come to him a little bit. He's been more patient than I've seen him in the past.
48-43 here in Mitchell. Just about 90 seconds remaining in this one.
Yeah, there's a point of the game where every possession's awful important here. Both ends of the floor. You can't give up an easy one here if you're Watertown. You got to make them pay on the other end.
Got to get this board. Come away with it.
Finish.
There's a guy that you want the ball.
What a move.
Yeah.
I thought Skinner did a nice job, had himself a steal. I think he thought so too, and Carter had a nice spin and drew the foul at the hoop. He's just sneaky smooth in the open court, Carter is.
Yeah, he really is. He's got good footwork, good hands. Yeah. Fearless underneath the basket. Randall's going to check out.
Does he have, you're not paying attention?
Yeah, I was
fouls?
just going to look.
I think he has 5.
He's not happy.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I think he did have 5, Sam, otherwise he wouldn't be coming out. And the board does show 5. So that's kind of a big loss that this game gets extended a little bit for Mitchell. Boy, the free throws, we just killed us. Absolutely. What are we on the free throw line?
12 of
I think
25.
I think we're probably 12 of 26 after that. So we're under 50% from the free throw line.
3-pointers are 2 for 16.
Yeah.
2 for 10 for the
so
Kernells.
neither team has shot it well from 3. Yeah, no, it's not been a work of art on the offensive end for
34 rebounds for the Arrows and 46 for the Kernells.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I didn't notice the rebounding disparity to be that big.
Yeah, same.
But especially, well, there's a lot of rebounds to be had tonight for both teams. I'll say that because there's been a lot of missed shots. But
19 turnovers for the Kernells, 14 for the Arrows.
yeah, neither team's taking care of the ball real well. Yeah.
Well,
but it's early. It's early.
Lots of time left in this basketball game. 5 points doesn't seem very daunting at this point, does it, Brian?
No, there's a lot of time. There's a lot of possessions left here. We got to knock down a free throw. Knock down a free throw and see what we do here defensively. I would imagine there'll be some full court pressure. And to your point early, I mean, the risk you run is to give up an easy one on the other end. You don't have to do anything. We don't have to foul, obviously, yet. You don't have to do anything crazy, but maybe try to create a turnover, hurry them up a little bit.
Is it an advantage for the Arrows that they have 5 fouls at this point?
No, not yet. Not yet, not necessarily. We'll get to that point here.
Gonna get a jump ball,
Yeah, Arrow basketball.
Arrow basketball. Down 4 here.
Got the ball where you wanted it there in the corner of the trap.
Good basketball game here as we close this home opener out here in the 25-26 season. See if the Arrows can close here. Decker looking to create his own shot, misses. Great. Oh, Decker went down hard too, Brian, and he's still down.
Yeah, he did.
I think we're going to get a timeout here from the Arrows.
Yeah, he hit the floor hard.
Yeah.
He's a really tough kid.
I was just going to say, listen, he is a tough kid. He is tough as nails. So, I mean, if he's down.
I think he definitely hit hard. It looks like he is getting up, which is a good sign. So Arrow basketball underneath. Kind of interesting down the stretch here. Deck's been the most aggressive. You know, Carter's been aggressive and converted here a little bit, but Deck is really kind of, you can tell here in the fourth quarter, kind of taking things on his shoulders a little bit, and he's been attacking, and he's been able to do it with a little physicality that we're lacking here for most of the game.
See assistant coaches Zach Tobin and Parker Schmidt. Nice to see them both in the game.
Absolutely. 2 good guys doing a good job.
Specifically Parker, nice to see him.
Coach Tobin all over me in the freshman game today, though.
Really? Just giving you the business?
No, he wasn't. No, he was great. I am joking completely. He was great, and he does a good job. And,
he does.
I don't know, Mitchell's sophomore coach, Mitchell's freshman coach, they did a great job. It was interesting to me, being around the game a little bit, watching coaches and how they handle kids. Both coaches, both benches doing a great job. Coach Mattingly, we had an intense sophomore game over in the auxiliary gym, and both coaches, both teams out there, kids doing a really good, just kind of fun watching the young kids, and a lot of talent out there. So, yeah, no, all coaching staffs involved did a good job today.
Yeah,
fun to watch. Yeah,
love to hear that. Tobin coming off of a knee injury.
Oh, Tobin's playing hurt? I did not know.
Yeah, he had knee surgery not that time.
Yeah, his mobility wasn't great, I'll be honest, on the sideline today. I did notice that. His mobility, he was restricted. All right, big possession with the Arrows underneath here.
Put a second back on, Brian, 105 as opposed to 104. I felt like it was 104 maybe.
Sure. Good look.
Clemens
Good look.
Wide open. Bang!
Good point game.
Bang! A green bean to take it to 1.
All right.
Great call by Coach McClemens. Great execution by Jackson McClemens. Just like that, we have a ball game, Brian.
Yeah, we got Dane in the game here. We got Dane and we got Anderson in the game. 2 youngsters out there doing a good job for the Arrows.
Good minutes for Mason Anderson here at the end. Boy, just
no reason to get extended there.
running floater in the lane there for Mitchell. Puts the lead back up to 3. Fortunate. Fortunate.
Don't show the replay. I don't think we want to see the replay there.
Fortunate, Brian.
They must have got a hand in there. Lucas was pretty confident on it. Coach Kreitzfeld didn't say a whole lot.
Gonna stay here.
All right, so shot clock's about even with the game clock here. 3. You don't need to get 3. You don't need to get 3. We'll
Bisker just turns around and fires and bangs one home. What a dagger. Ice cold from Carter Bisker.
Tie this game. See if we get a timeout here, if we play with it here. He's going to go. He's going to go with it.
No, he just called the timeout. Just called the timeout. 7.1 seconds. Carter Bisker with ice in his veins. Wow.
Yeah, good basketball game kind of broke out here in the 4th quarter, right?
Wow.
Interesting down the stretch there, Coach. I think Coach Riker wanted him to go. I think he wanted it to play out. He wanted to play out, and 5 there, Weir had it, and I think he was kind of indecisive. He didn't know. So then at that point, 8 seconds to go, he's got plenty of time, 7 here to go. So then Coach called the timeout, but I think he wanted to play it out.
I do too.
Yeah.
I think he was yelling at him, go, and
then nothing was happening, and called timeout.
Good timeout though by Coach for sure.
Hey, how about the Arrows coming back here? Show a little character. They're dead in the water here a couple different times tonight.
Little grit here, little grit by the Arrows early in the season.
Little grit. Yeah, so you had some guys step up here down the stretch, make some plays.
Man, ice cold though by Carter Bisker with just a nonchalant spin. Does a little 180.
Yeah.
Throws a flat ball right into the hoop.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, Carter's got a good stroke. Him and Jackson both. 2 big shots there to keep the Arrows in it. Where's Mitchell go here, Sam?
Well,
I have an idea.
Yeah, I mean, you want to look for Colton Smith, no?
Yeah, I think so. At least get it in his hands. He may not be the one to take the shot because you overcommit on him. He'll find someone. I mean, he'll find someone. But, a lot of times these situations, the second shot's the one you worry about more so than the first one even. But Arrow's got to do a good job matchup, not let anything going at the basket. Try to keep the ball going away from the basket here.
Notable is that Weir's throwing it in at 6'5", so he's got a lot of size.
Ball screen, Rochelski.
Are we gonna get a foul here?
Not gonna hurt him. It's not gonna hurt him.
Yeah, that's all right. They got one to give. They got one to give.
4th foul.
Yeah, that's foul number 4. So it'll be Arrow's ball with 1.2 seconds left.
Coach got a timeout here. I don't think this game gets extended here. Don't do anything crazy. Don't do anything crazy underneath your own basket for Pete's sakes.
Yep.
Yikes.
Smart here.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, throw it.
Hey, listen, grit.
We're in overtime.
Grit.
Okay.
And an absolutely incredible performance from the Arrows down the stretch here.
Some spurtability by the Arrows down the stretch.
Definitely some spurtability.
Absolutely. I can't believe we're going in overtime right now.
Mitchell has absolutely dominated this basketball game, with the exception of the last several minutes.
And I think the Mitchell contingent would be the first to say this whole game they were frustrated as well. Because they just weren't clean the whole game either. They had that one run to start the second half, and it looked like this game was going to get out of hand a little bit, or they're going to win comfortably. And they just allowed Watertown to hang around with some of their sloppiness, and then Watertown finally took advantage by making some shots and getting some stops there. So, both teams will look at this film regardless win or lose. I think both teams are going to look at this film and see a lot of opportunities missed. There's no question about it.
I think the turning point in this game was the Decker 3 in the corner, right in front of the bench.
Well, you have Deck's 3, you got Jackson McClemens' 3 coming out of the timeout, and you got Carter Bisker's 3 to tie
But
it,
that
right?
Decker 3 in front of the bench on the baseline, I mean, it got everybody back in it.
Yeah.
Gave the players, the hope that that they're here, that they can win the game.
Yeah.
Got the crowd back in it. Got us back in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I genuinely believe.
Yeah, the crowd's in it.
That was the turning point in the game.
And now you're at the point for Watertown. You're at home, tie ball game, overtime, 4 minutes to go. Here's where you got to get things done at home. Okay, we've had a tough go. You played a really good 4th quarter there. You got things going finally. So this is where you got to try to get it done at home. And if you're Mitchell, trying to steal a road win here with not playing your best basketball. There's no question about it.
17 points from Carter Bisker, 17 points from Jackson McClemens. Kind of have the swagger of Caden Decker there, getting them back in it. 50-50, and we get free basketball on night number 1, Brian.
Yeah, no, it's That's pretty interesting. I thought Caden did a good job of really kind of being more aggressive to kind of get Watertown going there in the second half or in the fourth quarter at least.
Shout out to Ryan Neal going with the Metallica here as we enter into overtime. Maybe we should turn it off though. There we go. Good choice of play though by Neal on that one, huh?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, spot on.
Good start for the Arrows. Oh, maybe not.
Gosh. Oh,
jump
boy.
ball. Good jump ball.
Good Watertown basketball.
Yeah, Mitchell wanted a timeout for sure. Riker was right in front of him, just begging for a timeout, but that ball's going to go to the Arrows here. Hey, Brian, reset the overtime for us. It's a continuation of the fourth quarter, correct?
Correct. Yeah, everyone gets an extra timeout.
Fouls stay the same. Everybody gets an extra timeout, but it's a continuation. It's not a new quarter.
Correct.
Carter Bisker for the lead. Bang!
Is that our first lead?
That is a lead change since maybe, I don't know if we've led, but Carter Bisker continues to stay hot.
Yeah, all of a sudden the threes are going. Michalski.
Great help defense underneath. Clemens comes down with it.
Got a wide open look.
Bisker wide open here.
Tired. Oh my goodness.
Bisker misses the bunny, but Rehorse is there to clean it up and get two more.
I gotta do a status check on Dad down there in the front row after the missed layup.
Yeah, Brian's not gonna love that one.
No, good follow.
Hey, good job by McClemens with the backside help. Blocks it out of bounds. All right, Arrows.
Kind of interesting to see the energy now all of a sudden that they're playing with on both ends of the floor. But Mitchell looked tired there on that turnover for early in the overtime.
See if they can regroup here on this possession. Looking to go underneath. Boy, Jack Mack with a big swat. Bodies all over the ground, fighting for that basketball.
You got both teams.
Love it.
You got both coaches out trying to call time. Both coaches trying to call the TO, but nobody had possession. Yeah, another great block. We just couldn't come up with it. Good hustle by both teams.
11 seconds here on the shot clock. The ball will stay with Mitchell.
I feel like
is that what the referees are talking about? Is the shot clock, Brian?
Yeah, I would say yeah, because they're trying. If there was no actual possession change, then the shot clock will stay the same. So I think they're going to leave it. Watertown never had a clear possession of it.
Yep. So leave it at 11 seconds here. Big part of Mitchell here has been Lincoln Bottom. He's played a great second half as he turns that over, and Carter Bisker comes up with it. Carter Bisker.
On cue. Yeah, but he has been good. He's been really crafty.
He has been good.
Yeah, he's been solid. They've kind of gone to him a little bit.
Arrows perfectly content taking their time here, right?
It's kind of that where you don't want to be, oh, what a move. Oh, that's nice. It's going to be jump ball, going to go to Mitchell, I would assume.
So when he gets stuck there, that's not a stare, right?
No, that was a pretty move. It should go to Watertown because Mitchell got the last one. It should go to Watertown.
Yeah, possession arrow is showing Mitchell.
It should be white ball. If it's not, Coach McClement, there we go. We got it. I didn't want to see Bain start to pop out down there on the sideline. We got to keep Pat under control.
I did see a stare, though, in Waverly.
Oh, yeah?
The ball rested on top of the back of the iron.
Okay, yeah.
First one I've seen in years.
Yeah. No, it's a good take by Carter there. Just, oh, Dane Stark.
Corner three, Stark misses. Careful there, McClemens doesn't want to pick up a cheap foul.
Good
2 minutes
look
left.
By Dane.
Yeah,
good,
great look by Dane.
Good look by Dane. You don't want to start getting tentative now.
Okay, another block there this time for Jack Mack.
Jack Mack. Yeah, it was interesting because there was some contact down low. There's Bottom again.
Yeah.
He's going to throw it back away. Wow.
Yep. Yeah. Bottom's playing hard right now.
He is. I mean, that's a microcosm of the game right there.
Yeah.
There's 2 turnovers within possession, and both coaches want to pull their hair out.
Boy, that was a big swat by Jack Mack underneath. Arrows do a good job of breaking the press here.
Got to do a good job of staying aggressive, get your shot, catch it.
Can't have that. There you go. Good pass. Rehorse goes up for the dunks.
Good finish. Yeah. I like Isaac going up strong there, but
Yep.
man, you'd like to get a bucket out of that.
Isaac does a good job of getting back on defense. Arrows are playing very aggressive.
Watertown, all of a sudden, his rotations are a little bit better defensively, a little energy here. Here's Smith on Dane. That's a tough matchup.
Rehorse comes over for help.
Good
He's going to pick up the foul.
Yeah.
That's going to send Mitchell to the line for 2.
Coach doesn't love it, but that's probably a good call.
Let's see here. Replay brought to you by
Seems like
DFS
he-
Insurance. Looks like a lot of ball, Brian.
Yeah, maybe it did.
Mitchell's still looking for their first points of
I
overtime
think
here,
that's going
too.
to be 5. Yeah, it's going to be 5 on Isaac. So that's a pretty big foul on Isaac to have him out of the game. I just think with Shelsky and Smith and their physicality, Isaac was a pretty big factor down there. But that's where Anderson's come in and done a great job. He's fit right in there, hasn't hurt us at all. And
Pretty heavy minutes here in the clutch.
He's physical. I mean, Mason is a lot of things, and physical is one of them. So don't go into protect mode here. You gotta stay aggressive.
Mitchell still staying with that full court press. Good job of Jack holding on to that, kicking it out.
The feet.
Patient. Yeah, there you go. Good job, Carter. Pick up the foul. Now you got to make some free throws, Brian.
3-point game, 54 seconds to foul there intentionally. I don't get it.
That's 5, right?
That puts us at the line to get 2 there. Carter typically is a pretty good free throw shooter, but yeah, that's interesting. I don't know if that was by design or I think part of it is Colton Smith just seemed tired a little bit. He's played a lot of minutes. I don't think he sat out, so I'm not ripping on the kid there at all, but it's almost like that was just kind of a tired foul. I'm just going to foul him here and put him to the free throw line, but plenty of time left. Didn't need to, for sure.
Well, hey, I mean, if there's a place you want the Arrows to be, and maybe it's there. I mean, 13 to 26, or 13 of 26, so right at 50%.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to knock a couple down here, Sam. This is what's interesting with the new rule. You get to this point of games, and you've taken away that bonus free throw. You know, you got to make the first. Now you're assured 2, and that's really of that rule change. That's been probably the biggest thing that I noticed as far as how it affects games down the stretch.
So 55-52 Arrows. Arrows are going to go to the line for 2. 54.5 seconds left of this game as the clock strikes 10 p.m. on this Tuesday night.
Yeah. School tomorrow.
Yeah, it's late.
We won't worry about that right now. Here, we got to make a couple free throws, Sam.
Carter Bisker to the line here for 2. 2 big ones, Brian. Big one there. Silky smooth there by Carter. Extends the lead to 4. That's a big one. Yeah, with ice in his veins, he bangs home the second one, extends the lead to 5.
Got to get matched. Good challenge for Jack here to keep Colton Smith in front.
Plenty of time.
Switch on the early screen.
There you go.
Oh. Wow.
Bisker going to attack. Wow. Going to draw a foul. I don't know if I like that. Did you get him?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
He definitely got him. Definitely got him. I got him kind of more so after the attempt.
Carter needs to get one more here, extend this to 6.
Got to get another one, got to get a stop, obviously. But yeah, you can kind of ice it here at this point on the free throw line if you're Watertown.
Okay, big free throws here from Carter Bisker at the end.
Yep, 3 out of 4 there down the stretch.
3 out of 4, clutch free throws. See that length here from the Arrows. They keep swatting balls away. They're getting into passing lanes and making things difficult for Mitchell.
Yeah, they just, they got a little energy here once they got things going a little bit, and you can kind of see defensively just they're a different team on the defensive end, making things a little tougher for Mitchell. They got to get one up here. Can't take a lot of time.
Good job there by McClemens and Bisker. Come up short, blocked there by Jack Mack. Cam Smith comes down with it. They're going to get a foul on Jack.
Yeah, we've given up. Mitchell definitely, we've given him way too many second chances here. That's just an example of it. And Colton's really good. He's probably one of the best offensive rebounders in the state. There's no question.
He makes the first free throw. Colton Smith's had a nice game.
So makes it, yeah, and he will all year. Cut it down to a 4-point game. Can't give up the old board.
No, I think we got to push there.
Chelsea in the push.
Yeah, I think we got to push there, Brian. That's going to be on Shelsky. We'll push in the back there on going up for that offensive rebound. Send the Arrows to the line. I think McClemmons, you get a little sick there, Brian?
What's that?
McClemmons?
I don't think we want to cut away to it, but yeah, it definitely looks like it. He's having a meeting with the garbage can.
Yeah, get some electrolytes in him there.
Yeah.
See it. He was having a meeting with the garbage can.
Apparently. Yeah, hopefully he's okay here. But we got Mason, the youngster, on the free throw line here. See if he can knock one down. It's like Jackson's back on the court after talking to the garbage can there.
You know what? I love it. Go up for a free throw, have a quick meeting, get back on the court, and play tough defense.
Just don't need to foul. Keep things in front.
Carter pokes it away.
Mitchell does have a timeout on a make.
There you go. There you go. That's all right. That's all right. Arrows are going to win this game, Brian.
They're going to use their last one there.
I think they're going to I think they're going to set the game clock back to like 5.6, 6.3. Looks like they're going to go. What a resilient effort by the Watertown Arrows tonight. 6.3 seconds left in this one. Carter Bisker with the block from behind.
I chuckle because I've always given Carter a hard time. He's Carter in his better life thinks he's a shot blocker, and I guess tonight he's been a little bit of a shot blocker, so we got to give him some credit. This has been quite a game.
Incredible.
It's been quite a game.
Incredible.
The fact that this game flipped in a hurry in about the last 4 minutes of that fourth quarter.
I'm telling
interesting.
You go back and watch the film on this one, everything changed with Caden Decker hitting that corner three.
Yeah, that was a big shot. I just think it's funny how the ball starts going in the basket and some good things happen sometimes. And again, as a coach, I think you focus on all these other things, and at the end of the day, you got to make baskets. And if you don't make baskets, the game gets pretty hard. So I think Mitchell looks at this game as a huge learning experience. They're going to be fine. They have some tools, but I think some of their inexperience showed a little bit, and I think Watertown's experience kind of showed maybe down the stretch where they kind of got things going for them.
So like in previous years, Brian, we've done a Dakota Land Player of the Game. Whoever we feel like had the best game will get a Dakota Land Player of the Game t-shirt. I think this one's pretty obvious, no?
Well, yeah, I know my vote. I know who my vote would be, but I don't know if it's like the Heisman one. I don't get one.
You do get one.
I do, okay.
Yeah. I got Carter Bisker.
Well, for sure, that's who I was going to go with, Carter. Yeah. I think we had a really good second half by the Arrows, and I think Carter definitely was the man down the stretch for us.
We haven't seen Caden Decker since the injury either, so hope he's okay.
Yeah, I think he just the trainer there at the end of the bench, and hopefully it's not too serious of an issue for him. But
we saw this inbounds play last year. Good creativity, get the ball in. Arrows are going to dribble this one out and beat Mitchell on the home court.
Good win for the Arrows.
Resilient, gritty victory by the Watertown Arrows to improve to 2-0 on the season.
I'll be honest, I don't know what just happened, Sam.
Incredible. Just an absolutely gritty performance by the Arrows. They improved to 2-0. It's rough, just a borderline awful first half of basketball.
Borderline awful 3 quarters of basketball.
Yeah. Third quarter, not much better, but able to bounce back and force overtime. Great three-pointer by Decker, clutch 3 by McClemmons, and then Carter Bisker just took over, finished the game with 23 points.
Yeah, we definitely after, and really the kind of the impressive part for the Arrows is just, and you said it, whether it's grittiness or resiliency, they were able to kind of maintain their composure and not give up. And once the ball started going in a little bit, then you saw it on the other end. On the other, all of a sudden now defensively, we were a lot better.
For sure.
And so that was good to see.
So the Arrows take this one 59-55 in overtime. Improve their record to 2-0 on the year. Arrows are off until Saturday. They'll be here.
Yeah.
They'll be here on Saturday.
Very,
4 o'clock or 3 o'clock game.
Yeah, afternoon tip. Very good T-Titan basketball team coming to town. Very good team.
So join us on Arrow TV, brought to you by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union and DFS Insurance on Saturday.
Rumor is Josh Hansen may be on the call with us.
We'll check the internet sites and the blogs.
Is that called a teaser in the biz?
Yeah, a little bit.
I
mean, he didn't really tease it.
It wasn't even a teaser. I just gave it up.
Yeah. Well, and then I tried to play it off. And,
I got a lot to learn. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, well.
Yeah.
So join Norberg and
Nevertheless.
Josh Hansen on the broadcast. We'll have Legends Squared in the booth.
I don't know about that, but it'd be good to have Josh up here. He
super
will have
knowledgeable.
some really good insight for sure.
Yeah, a lot of good basketball knowledge up in the booth, and hopefully some great basketball on the court. I appreciate you joining us. Safe travels. Thank you to the Mitchell contingent for watching and following along, and safe travels to them as they go home. Arrows improved to 2-0.